Hi guys, this is Robin with Weight Loss Apocalypse. This is a new client. We had our session last week. Today was our first follow-up start to our 20 sessions. And she is on the HCG protocol. She actually started her first time doing the HCG protocol was in 2008. And she has lost and gained and lost and gained and has found my YouTube channel and immediately connected with what I describe as the downside of psychologically of the protocol. And she watched like 20 sessions over the course of a few days and reached out for my help because she is wanting to recover from body image and dieting, running her life, but she's unsure as to what to do with the HCG protocol. And so we had talked about this in our consultation, and I'm not going to say one way or the other what people should do because I believe that the person who's doing it needs to take ownership of where they want to go and what they want to do. And so in this session with her today, she's confirmed she's still on the protocol. She's still having a lot of more peace on this round than she has because she's not weighing, but she's still very aware that underneath it all, the underlying issues are there. Her desire to be thinner, her fear of gaining weight back, and she wants to make a decision that will ultimately bring her freedom. So this whole entire session, this is yet another one that I feel is so on point. If you're in that Patreon account, this session has already been posted. It is so good. This particular clip is the last 10 minutes of the session, the last 15 minutes of this session, where we are talking about the direction she's taking in terms of recovery. If she stays on the protocol and she continues to lose weight, she's going into recovery through accepting weight gain and surrendering the thinness she will have. If she goes off of the protocol right now, she has to accept where she's at and recognize that there is no hope to be thinner. So this to me is such a common conversation I have with people because they find me on YouTube, and of course there's hundreds of YouTube videos that I posted, of which a lot of them have to do with the HCG protocol because of the original Weight Loss Apocalypse book that I wrote, which is mostly science around the potential of this process, and also the idea that it can be used as a tool to help with emotional eating. And then they find all these other YouTube videos where are very specific about eating disorders. And I'm talking about how damaging the protocol can be. And in this case, there's this confusion. And many people come to me on the HCG protocol because they're binging, because they're struggling, because they know they're abusing it and they need help. So this clip is her and I completing our first session together and making the decision of whether she should stay on this protocol this round or choose to just stop. So if you would like to watch this entire session along with the sessions I've posted for the last couple of years, you're going to need to join the private Patreon group. The link is below. It's a monthly $5 a month minimum. Some people donate more. If you are ready to recover and you're in a position of willfulness and humility and you're ready to face the hardship and face the pain and face what you're running away from, I've been there and I've done it myself in terms of recovering from a pretty severe eating disorder, and I can help you too. So there is a link below to my website where you'll need to fill in a consult request form. I require a 90-minute consult to start. That's $200. And right now I am offering 20 sessions for $2,000. Normally it is 10 sessions for $1,500. So for this month of May 2018, because I have recovered. This is to celebrate 20 years of my personal recovery from a horrific obsessive compulsive eating disorder and suicidal tendencies, depression. I've been recovered for 20 years now. So if you would like my guidance, please reach out, let me know, and we'll get you scheduled as soon as possible. All right. Enjoy this session. So in terms of where you're at with this, what do you want to do? Let's make a decision.
Yeah.
I don't care. So to me, I literally don't care. I'll adapt to whatever that is. I just want you to go into what you feel is the right thing to do. Be honest with yourself, and then give yourself grace around the fact that whatever you choose, you're going to fail at it. That is the potential.
Yeah, absolutely. No, I already know that.
But you have to be okay with the process.
Yeah. Yeah.
Meaning you're going to do the best you can, and you have to be open to reality when it shows up, one way or the other. Because you might so for example, you might say, I'm done with this protocol. I really do believe I need to get off of it. I need to get into the truth of where I'm at. So we go in there, and you might get in there and be like, wow, this is awesome. I feel so free. You might actually get a sense of that freedom that people talk about in my sessions. And then you might start gaining some weight. Yeah. And then you might be like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
And then you're going to get agitated. And you're going to start having food issues. And as soon as you start having those food issues, what's going to happen to your weight? Oh my God, I'm gaining weight. Well, what are you going to do if you go back on a diet? Because you've already, so then that's, like I said, you're facing things gradually rather than having to face the worst of it all at once. So you got to be prepared for yourself to want to go back on a diet right away. I don't know if I'm doing a very good job guiding you right now.
No, I'm just a little muddled in my, either way, physically, I know it's going to happen. I know that either way, I'm going to be,
fail.
My ass is going to be, I'm going to be learning.
Yeah, and that's what I meant when I said either way you're going to fail.
Yeah.
You just got to be okay with either way. Yeah. Because you'll at least have a concept of where you're at. Because right now, my sense is that you really don't know where you're at.
No, you're right. That's why the indecision. Yeah.
So let me see if I can help guide this. Let me think about this for a second. So you don't know where you're at really. You do know that you do. Okay, so this is where I was going before. If you and I if we're kind of in line in terms of the integrity, my integrity with you is to help you free yourself from this concept of thin body image, from the body, from the concept of, and to get you to become real and truthful with yourself and become real, whatever that is. Yeah. Authentic, truthful, and you're living freely, basically. Yeah. Taking full responsibility, having complete and total autonomy. These are all, it's freedom, free will. Being a free agent. That's the goal. And like I said, when it comes to facing the reality of the body that you're in, if you lose more weight, you're going to have to be okay regaining it all. If you don't lose weight, you're going to have to be okay not being thinner. It's all the same thing. It's just looking at it from two different, from thin up or fat down. Which one are you? Does that make sense?
Yeah. Either if I lose.
If you lose, you're going to have to agree.
Some possibly too.
You got it. That's what I meant. If you continue to lose weight, you got to be okay that you're going to regain it all. If you choose not to diet, you have to be okay that you're never going to be thinner.
Yeah.
Which is the same concept from a different angle. So either way, if you're not okay with either, you're going to continue to have strain with food either way. Make sense?
Yeah, makes sense.
So I guess the decision for you is to look at, am I going to be okay never being thinner? Is that going to bug me? Am I always going to wonder and hope? Or can I just let it go? If I lose the weight, am I going to be okay regaining the weight if that's what my body really is? Because I've worked my ass off and starved myself and deprived myself and limited myself and worked my ass off and I've achieved, the body has achieved this thinner state. But ultimately, once I have that, am I willing to let it go?
Yeah. And that's my pattern more than anything. That is difficult for me in my life because I've been such a yo-yo. You could see me 1 month, even without the HCG, I do some crazy stuff and then gain it back and then another 20. So that's the hardest thing for me to do. So that accepting that is harder than the first one.
Okay, say that again. Which one are you saying is harder?
The harder for me is to lose weight and then gain it back and then some. And I've done that every single time, and I've been so under the illusion that it's going to be
okay.
Different. So that's a harder one.
Then I'm going to say let's go there.
Okay.
Only because, well, okay, so let's just say you say I'm done right now. Can you permanently be okay never being thinner? Can you say, go into your heart and tell the truth. Don't repress it. What's the answer?
Yeah.
Are you going to...
There's part of me still clinging to that, to be honest with you.
Okay, then what I'm going to suggest you do right now is let's just go into hell. You need to lose as much weight as you can right now.
Okay.
God, pressure just went up, didn't it? The walls just collapsed. Yeah. So, okay, I'm going to give you some directive. Once again, you can do what you want. You need to stay on this round. I think the more weight you lose, the harder this is going to be for you, but it's got to be willful. That's the difference. This time is willful. Every single time past, it's been fighting.
Yeah, for sure.
You know, and toxic and dysfunctional and, pressurized. And our goal is that as you get thinner, it becomes more and more relaxed, because you're willing to regain it all as you're losing the weight. As you're losing this weight, you're letting it go. You're releasing it as it comes to you. Oh, my pants fit thinner. Well, you know what? Am I willing to starve myself to keep this? No. All right. Well, don't attach to it then, because you're going to gain it all back. So as you are losing weight, your goal is to accept the fact that you're going to gain it all back anyways.
Okay.
That would be the goal.
Okay. Wow. Okay.
Because once you transition off, if you've emotionally prepared to regain all this weight, what will the transition feel like?
Well, it'll be an easy transition.
You got it. You got it. So that's idealistic. I just gave you the ideal, honey.
Okay.
Now, whether or not it happens doesn't matter to me.
Okay.
But now you can see there's a direction right there.
Yeah, for sure. Okay.
Does that help? I'll give you...
Yeah, immensely. Yeah, I feel much better.
Okay. Well, I think pinpointing the fact that losing the weight and then regaining it is the hardest for you. Like, that gets to you. That was like, oh, well, that's where we should go.
Yeah.
Let's make it horrible.
Yeah. Okay.
Face it and question it as it's occurring. Do I really want this? Is this really what my life is about? Am I limited to this body type? Yeah. Can I surrender this idea as it's occurring? As someone says, wow, you look so good. What's going on? Can you hear it? Be like, oh, thanks. No, I'm just, starving. I'm just this new, anorexic program. It's called anorexia.
Yeah.
And watch their face as they look at you like, oh. But yeah, being okay and detaching from it all. To know, these people have no idea I'm about to gain all this weight back.
Yeah.
And I don't care what they think, because I'm not willing to suffer anymore. I don't want to be anorexic. I'm done with anorexia. Yeah. So if it means for me to eat like a normal person, we could actually argue this protocol, the way your body is responding to this protocol may require the protocol to keep it this way.
Yeah.
So it may not be your natural body type.
Yeah.
Right? So we might need to take you into that unnatural body type, and for you to accept that it's not natural. What is your natural state? Well, we kind of need you to be open to what that is once this protocol's over.
Yeah.
So you just have to know what's happening currently is not natural.
Absolutely. Yeah. Okay.
Doesn't that feel a little bit better?
Yeah.
So the intent is after this protocol is you are going to be willfully giving the body grace to become whatever it is naturally. That means you have to be natural in your environment with food.
Yeah.
So I described this to another client, like if the body, so right now you're eating on a scale of 1 to 10, you're eating a 1. Okay. Obviously a 10 is extreme on the high end. So what if your body actually needs between a 4 and a 6 in terms of the amount of food? That's normal. That's natural, right?
Yeah.
So right now you're eating a 1. Your body's going to be going in that one direction. So as soon as you go to 4 to 6, what's the real size of your body? Some people naturally need more weight. Naturally. It's just their natural build.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Where does your body land? Do you even know where your natural landing point is?
Not really.
All right, so keep that in mind, that our goal is that you let the body become its natural self, and it's none of your business from there.
Okay.
So right now you're restricting it with a 1. We can call it a correction from the binge eating aspect, but we really don't know, especially even, we could sit here and say you're going to get to your natural body, but how much of your natural body has permanently been changed because of all of the restrictive and binging and restriction and binging you've had over the years?
Yeah, I don't know.
It might never be really your original natural. It might now have a different original natural.
Yeah, because of all the abuse.
Yeah, and you have to forgive yourself and say, I did the best I could. If we knew the damaging consequences from the diet industry and the concept that they're teaching, of course you wouldn't do it again. But you know what? You can't fault yourself because you believed it like everybody else.
Yeah. It's a way to learn. I mean, it's a big lesson from this lifetime.
Yeah, and how much more of this life do you want to waste on that bullshit?
No.
So what we're doing right now, and the intention right now, is for you to allow the body to become whatever it is naturally. And then this is over. Right? Because if you can accept whatever that neutrality or natural state is, what's the point of dieting?
There's no point.
0.
It's like you can be free.
You got it. Oh, and that is recovery.
Yeah. Okay.
My body naturally gains weight, and then naturally loses weight, and then regains the weight. Why do I care? Why do I even need to monitor that? It's none of my business. It's a physical body thing.
Yeah.
So as you go through this weight loss with the very low calorie protocol, don't attach to it because it is not natural. This is not natural.
Yeah, it's not.
Yeah. Super isolated. The types of food you're eating, it's nowhere close to reality. The palatability isn't the same. There is no diversity. I mean, it is nowhere close to reality. Your body's hormones are being manipulated by the HCGs, so your hunger rhythms are significantly not normal, right?
Yeah,
so
sure.
There's nothing about this that is normal.
No.
So don't attach to it.
Okay.
See, this is the stuff that I truly believe if people could have that concept right there, which is really simple, don't you think? It's kind of like elementary school. It's like they would be there's less likelihood that they would attach to the weight loss because they go, well, this is very specifically under this environment. And once the protocol is over, my body should go into a natural point. Its natural point. And if it's natural, it shouldn't require that I'm gluten-free, dairy-free, grain-free, having to do all this obsessive exercise, constantly doing cleanses, intermittent fasting,
supplements.
That's clearly also a unnatural manipulation. So what is natural? That means you live in neutrality with food and you find out what happens.
Yeah.
Can you accept the body if it doesn't match the thin supremacy standards?
Yeah.
If your answer is no, well, don't complain about your anorexic lifestyle. And the consequences of binge eating that occur because of it.
Yeah.
And potential bulimic tendencies.